Hello, hi everyone. My name is Dr. Sana Khan, your biology expert, and here I am with the next video where we are going to talk about acquired immunity and its unique feature. So we have already covered the innate immunity. So if you have not seen the video, please go up and do watch the video. And if you like it, please write it in the comment section. Okay, so without wasting time, let's talk about the acquired immunity. So acquired immunity is an immunity which develops after birth, right? I have talked about this in the previous video. So acquired immunity involves specific cells and formation of antibodies because it is produced in response to antigen. So whenever an antigen goes inside our body, our immune system gets activated, the cells of our immune system gets activated, and they produce the protective chemicals called as antibodies. So as here, our body is producing certain antibodies, so it might take several days to become activated. It might take several days, might take few days for the antibodies to get formed. Okay, so here, acquired immunity is an immunity which develops after birth. It develops what? It develops after birth, and it involves the previous exposure to pathogen. Okay, so now the acquired immunity has certain unique features. So now let us see what are the unique features of acquired immunity. So the first unique feature of acquired immunity is specificity. What is it? Specificity. What does specificity means? Specificity is an ability to differentiate various foreign molecules. See, there are n number of foreign molecules. There are n number of pathogens around us, right? In the entire world, right? So our body should have a mechanism where it can differentiate the various pathogen, because according to the pathogen only the body is going to produce antibodies, right? So it should have that ability to differentiate various foreign molecules, and that ability of acquired immunity is called as specificity. So let us understand this with an image. See, there are A, B and C. There are three pathogens, right? And what are these pink colors? I've talked about it. These are the identification markers. What are they? They are the identification markers. So according to the pathogen, the immune cells secretes antibodies. In fact, I would say immune cells produce antibodies. And the one which matches to that identification marker of antigen, that is an antibody which will be helping us to prevent us from the infection. So antibodies production is very specific. So according to the pathogen only, the antibodies get produced in our body. So it is specific for each type of pathogen. So that is why specificity is one of the important characteristics of our acquired immunity. Okay, is it clear? So what does specificity means? It is an ability to differentiate the various foreign molecule and accordingly to produce antibodies. Now, the second feature is diversity. So what does diversity means? To recognize a vast variety of diverse pathogens or foreign molecule. So body should be able to recognize these various type of foreign molecules or pathogen, and accordingly it should produce antibody, right? Can you see that how the identification marker and the antibody is getting attached? That is called as antigen antibody complex. Okay, so this antigen and antibody has to be specific so that they can have a complex between them, and finally the antibody can destroy the antigen. So it will be only possible if the acquired immunity has an ability to recognize the various diverse microorganisms around us. The next specific feature is discrimination. Discrimination between self and non-self. So immune cells should be able to distinguish between our own cell and foreign cell. As I told you previously, foreign cells have what? They have identification markers. So that identification marker is not going to match to our immune cells. Okay, but the identification markers which are present in our immune cell is going to match to our cell. Okay, and this is how the body is going to recognize between the self and the non-self. Okay, with the help of the identification markers present on it. And the last feature is called as memory. So whenever a pathogen comes inside our body, during the first encounter, for example, the pathogen has come inside our body for the first time, the immune cells get activated and finally they produce antibodies, right? And they try to eliminate the pathogen. See, the immune cell is activated and it has produced antibody, and now this antibody will eliminate this pathogen. But this response of our body cells, of our immune cells, is going to be slow and weak response. It is going to be slow and weak response. But that is during only the first encounter. But this memory will be retained in the immune cell that this pathogen has come previously. Okay. So whenever this pathogen comes again, so already our immune cells have retained in its memory. Okay, so now this time it is not going to take much time to produce antibodies. It's going to immediately produce the antibody. Okay, and it's going to kill the pathogen. Okay, so during the second encounter with the same pathogen, the antibodies production happens, but here the response is quicker as well as stronger. Is it clear? So let us sum up with the unique features of acquired immunity. So the first one is specificity, that is ability to differentiate various foreign molecules. Second is diversity, to recognize a vast variety of diverse pathogens. Third is discrimination between self and non-self. And the fourth one is the memory. So memory of a pathogen which is stored in our immune cell so that it can respond in a quicker way in the second encounter with the same pathogen. But among these four characteristics, if the question comes in an exam, that which is the most peculiar characteristic of our immune system? So it is that it can differentiate between self and non-self, and it possesses immunological memory. Okay, so I would like to ask you one question over here. If in case the body is not able to differentiate between self and non-self, then what happens? What kind of a disease do we get? So whoever is watching this video can write it in the post, in the feed. I will go through it and I will just see that whether you are correct or not. Okay. And if you're not, then obviously I'll give you an answer. Okay. So what is the question? You have to tell me what happens when our body loses an ability to differentiate between self and non-self. Okay. So these are the few unique features of our acquired immunity. I hope you have understood what is acquired immunity, what are its unique features in this video which I have talked about. In the next video, I'm going to talk about the next part of the acquired immunity, that is types of acquired immunity. So till then, bye, take care, work hard and work for your dreams. Bye.